My wife went out last night and didn't come home until this morning. Girls' night. Same crew she's had since college, same routine we've done 100 times. She leaves around 9, I order a pizza I shouldn't, and she's home by 2, a little tipsy, telling me who said what while she takes her makeup off. That's the deal. That's how it's always gone. 6 years married, and I can count on one hand the nights I've actually waited up worried. So when 9 o'clock came, I kissed her at the door and told her to have fun. I didn't think about it again for hours. Around 1:30 I started half watching the clock. 2 came and went. No headlights in the driveway. At 2:30 I called her, more out of habit than worry. She picked up on the 4th ring, music blasting, people yelling over it, and her voice cutting through, all light and easy. We're closing the tab, babe. I'll be home soon. I heard one of the girls laugh in the background. I said, okay, love you, drive safe. She hung up before I finished the sentence. 3 o'clock, nothing. I told myself the tab was taking a while. 3:30. I texted her, you good? Delivered. I watched the screen like it owed me money. No dots, no reply. At 4, I called and it rang twice and went to voicemail. Not dead phone voicemail, declined voicemail. There's a difference and every guy knows the difference. I typed out an angry text and deleted it. Typed a worried one and deleted that too. What do you even say at 4 a.m. that doesn't sound insane? At 5, my phone finally buzzed and I about jumped off the couch. It wasn't her. It was her best friend. Hey, did she get home safe? She left the bar at 11. 11. I must have read that text 50 times, like the letters were going to rearrange into something better. 11 meant she'd been somewhere else for 6 hours. 11 meant the 2:30 call, the music, the closing the tab, all of it was a performance. I wrote back, she's not with you? And those 3 dots appeared and disappeared maybe 4 times. Finally, the friend just sent, she said she was tired and got an Uber. Then nothing. When I asked if she left alone, no answer at all. That silence told me more than any text could have. I pulled up the other girls' stories. One of them had posted at 11:40. The whole group crammed into a booth laughing, drinks in the air. My wife wasn't in the photo. Then I checked her location. We've shared it for 3 years, ever since her car died on the highway. Turned off, it has never once been off. I sat there on the couch with the TV muted and the room slowly getting gray around me, running through every innocent explanation and hating all of them. Flat tire, phone died, fell asleep somewhere. Except her own friends didn't know where she was either. I made coffee at 6 just to have something to do with my hands. I heard the garbage truck come through. The normal world just kept going like mine wasn't sitting on a countdown. At 7:15, the front door opened. She walked in wearing a hoodie I have never seen in my life, sleeves pushed up, hair wet like she'd just showered. At 7 in the morning, she saw me on the couch and didn't even flinch. She just started talking before I asked a single question, which, looking back, was the tell. The club stayed open late. Her phone died at midnight. The girls wanted breakfast after. Some diner across town. Terrible service. That's why it took forever. She even complained about the hash browns. She kept moving the whole time she talked, hanging up her keys, filling a water glass, never standing still long enough to actually look at me. Every detail smooth and ready, like she'd rehearsed the whole thing in the Uber, and I realized she probably had. I didn't interrupt once. I let her tell the entire story, every word of it, all the way to the end. Some part of me needed to see how far she'd take it. She took it all the way. Then I picked my phone up off the cushion, turned the screen around, and held up her best friend's text. She left the bar at 11. She stared at it for a long time. Long enough that I watched the story die behind her eyes. And here's the part I can't stop replaying. The part that's going to live in my head forever. She didn't cry. She didn't say sorry. She didn't even look scared. She let out this long, slow breath like she'd been holding it in for months, shoulders dropping like she'd finally set something heavy down. And she said, honestly, I'm glad you know. I've been trying to figure out how to tell you since March. And just like that, the whole spring rearranged itself in my head. The new Thursday spin class. The girls' trip in April. The phone that started sleeping face down on the nightstand. March. Back in March, I sat across from her at our kitchen table and asked her point blank if we were okay. She reached across the table, held my hand, looked me dead in the eyes and said, we're fine, babe. It's just work. She held my hand while